Hello and welcome back to another video. We are gonna wrap some gifts today. So I'm gonna move this ottoman out of the way so we can use the rug here in the living room to wrap gifts. I need to vacuum first. There's like dog hair and snacks. We're gonna vacuum first. Okay, we're ready to wrap. Vacuumed the rug. Got a couple things out here that just got delivered today. So right now, currently, it is December 21st when I am filming this. I have not wrapped a single gift, so I think it's about time we get started. The thing is, I have to figure out how I'm gonna be able to post this video because my kids watch my channel. Like when I have a new video come up, my kids are the first ones to be like, Mom, you posted a new video. So I gotta think this through. I gotta like talk to them and be like, you cannot watch this video or something. So this video may not be going up until like Christmas Eve or like maybe the 23rd or something like that. We gotta figure it out. But over on Instagram, I posted a question box and said I was gonna film a wrap with me Q&A today. So a bunch of you guys have sent in some questions. I haven't looked at them yet, but I figure while I wrap gifts, which I don't know if I'm gonna get through all of them. I don't really have a plan here. I'm just gonna sit down, chat with you guys, answer a few questions, and wrap some gifts. So we'll see how much we get done. But I figured it'd be a little bit different this year, do a little Q&A while we wrap gifts instead of just wrapping gifts with like music playing. We could chit chat a little bit. And I'm not gonna bring everything out at once, but I am gonna bring out a few things so we can get started wrapping. Now I have all my gift wrap in this thing, and I got some new Christmas paper, wrapping paper at Target. It's so cute. Barbie and trucks and the Grinch. And then I also got this black with the gold reindeer and the red with the white snowflakes. I'm gonna try to use all the new stuff. Some old stuff in there too. Oh, I should have got more bows. I only have a few bows. Scissors, tape, a pen, and where's my labels? Oh, here they are. These labels. Nothing fancy. I'm gonna have to take off this sweatshirt. I already can tell I'm gonna get hot. All right. Got all of our stuff, and I just brought out a few gifts for now to wrap, but I'm gonna take this sweatshirt off because I know it's gonna be too much. Oh no, maybe we'll go this way. We'll go this way instead. All right, let's get rolling. I might have to like move you guys back so you can see wrapping gifts. Hi, Kasper boy. Hi, Kasper boy. All right, got my sweater off. Got my Gorgie energy drink. I moved everything over here. I gotta pull up those questions and see. I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to answer that many because otherwise I won't be able to wrap gifts. I'm just like talking. There's a whole bunch of them here on Instagram, so I'm just gonna like start at the top and just kind of go through a few of them. But let's see, the first thing that I'm going to wrap, I got Donnie another pair of his favorite boots. He got these Brunt work boots like last month, and he's gone through a lot of work boots in his day, and he's like raves about these every day. Like he comes home from work and he keeps them on. And like, get your boots out of the house, but they're so comfortable that he just like doesn't want to take them off, and he loves them so much. He's constantly talking about them. He's like, I need another pair for like a nice pair, and then like a work pair, and then when the work pair get worn out, like switch to the nice pair and get like another nice pair, you know? So I got him another pair of his favorite work boots. Here they are. And we're gonna get those wrapped up. Well, they smell good. I also got him a t-shirt and a, where's the other box? Didn't I just pull it over here? Oh yeah, I got him a t-shirt and a boot oil kit from Brunt as well. That's in this box. I just wanted to like make sure everything was in there. Okay, so the first question I see, do you guys plan on buying a house in Idaho now that you love it there? So, okay. As you guys know, we used to live in Oregon. Donnie's like born and raised in Oregon. And we moved to Idaho in August. So we were traveling for the summer, and we had planned on traveling for a year. Most of you guys probably all know all of this, but we were planning on traveling for a year, and then we changed our minds essentially. And we knew we were going to move to Idaho when we were done traveling anyways, so we just sped up our plans, and we came here in August, looked around at, like, we've been here numerous times visiting, like years ago, like 2018, 2019, like we knew we wanted to move here, and so we just kind of double checked some areas and schools and stuff. And as soon as we got here, we knew, like, yeah, we're staying here. Our gut was right. This is just where we want to be. So, okay, these little kid scissors are not gonna do the trick, I don't think, but we're gonna use them. So we kind of, like, the town that we're in, came here, started looking at houses, rental houses, because we didn't want to just immediately buy a house. We want to be like smart about it. The housing market right now, the interest rates, like we want to rent, you know, make sure like 1,000% that this is the town we want to like buy a house in. And, you know, this Idaho is it for us. Like we're not planning on going anywhere else. Like we're settling down here. So we signed a year lease in this house, and I don't know when we're going to buy or anything like that, but we absolutely love it here where we are at. We've been here since the middle of August, and it just feels, it honestly for me, it feels more like home here in this town than it did anywhere that I've ever lived besides in Tennessee. And so that says a lot. So we will definitely buy a house here. Don't know when. It's not like on our radar. We're not in any rush at all. We're like enjoying renting right now, and not having all the responsibilities of owning a home. And obviously we want to own a home again. We've, you know, bought and sold 2 houses now. We've lived in a lot of rentals too since we've been together for like almost 15 years, but yes. Long story short, we do plan on buying, but I could not tell you when. We are not, it's not like the top of our priority list right now. We are happy with what we got going on, and eventually when the time is right and we feel like it's the right time, then we will buy another house. And yes, it will be right here where we're at. We love it here. Okay, do you miss Oregon? So there's things that I miss, things that I don't miss. I obviously miss like being close to our family, but then at the same time, I don't know, like it's absolutely stunningly beautiful in Oregon, but where we lived, like the western half of Oregon, it rains, you guys. I'm not kidding you. It rains and rains and rains and rains and rains for like 6+ months out of the year or more, sometimes more. I swear to God, last year it rained for like 8 months straight. It was so depressing. It's not the vibe. I know some people love that, but I for one do not, and neither does Donnie. So happy to be away from that. I think the main thing we miss is like how green it is there, because we live in like the desert now, but the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to that stuff. Like we're only like a 7-hour drive from our family, and it doesn't rain a lot here. I think like the average rainfall or precipitation for like a year in this like Treasure Valley area is like what Oregon, where we used to live in Oregon in the Willamette Valley, like what we would get in like a month there is like what we get in a whole year here, if I'm remembering correctly from what we were reading. So we like the weather better, the people are nicer, people are happier here. There's a whole lot of things. Wait, didn't I order him a t-shirt? This is the boot oil kit. The t-shirt's not in here. Uh-oh. Black t-shirt, yeah, that's definitely not in here. Okay, I sent an email to get that situated. So I guess to answer that, I'm not great at these Q&As. I like just have too much to say. Yes, there's things we miss about Oregon, but it's like just basically our family. Like we like Idaho overall better than Oregon. I say we because, you know, Donnie and the kids say that too, but I guess I should just be speaking for myself. Let's get another question. How did you know you needed to go gluten-free? Oh goodness. Okay, so back in 2018, I went gluten-free because I thought my like breast implants were causing me to not be able to have gluten, like a side effect. Because I just like, after I got my implants, I started like having issues with eating gluten, like stomach issues, inflammation, just all this stuff. And so I'm like, okay, well, it's gotta be my breast implants making me, you know. I got my implants out in 2019 and like started consuming gluten again, and everything was like seemingly okay, I think because I hadn't had it in so long maybe. But then little by little it just started happening again. Even once I got my implants taken out, I just like I get the worst, like up here, I get like really bad stabbing cramps, and then also like in my lower back too, like it just doesn't digest well, I don't think. Like this isn't something I've gone to the doctor for, because I mean it's pretty obvious to me. Like I've kind of narrowed it down. Like when I consume gluten, my body is not happy. I get really puffy in like my face and my hands, and I get really bloated to where like I literally look pregnant, and my stomach hurts so bad. Like I don't want that anymore. So I just don't mess with gluten anymore, and I feel so much better without it. I don't know how I used to, like I haven't drank alcohol. I've been sober, alcohol free for over 2 years now, but I don't know how I used to just like drink beer, like drink IPAs. I thought I was just, you know, bloated from the beer, but oh boy. So yeah, I just kind of process of elimination figured that out over years, and this time it was back this summer when we were traveling again, and I just was not feeling good. My gut health was horrible. I'm like, I'm gonna just cut gluten out for like a week and see if there's any improvement, and I did, and sure enough, I felt so much better. Things were so much better. So I'm like, I can't be with gluten. Okay, so we don't mess with gluten anymore. But which is unfortunate sometimes, because I do be loving the bread. But there are so many gluten-free options these days at like restaurants and stuff. I'm fine. Everything's fine. How are the boys liking having their own rooms? They love it, but you know what's funny? They hang out with each other. All the kids hang out with each other in each other's rooms. And then also like in our front room, office, guest room, they all hang out in there too. So they're like always together. But then every once in a while, you know, you'll find them taking a break from each other in their own rooms. I think they're really enjoying having their own space as far as like their decor and like the boys don't really have like, I guess they are toys, but they don't like play with them like toys. It's more like collectibles, like their display stuff. They're enjoying that a lot, like having their own space to display all of their stuff. Oh, that red zip up I had on is from Target. It was on clearance when I got it last week, 12 bucks. And then I also got one for Berkeley in hot pink, because you can wear this like not year round, not in the summer, but you know what I mean. It's not a Christmas one. And then look at how freaking cute this Barbie wrapping paper is. Also got that from Target. So, gonna wrap that up. Next question. Are you going crazy not being able to paint the walls or do any projects? I know I would. Not yet. Not going crazy yet. However, it would be really fun to like I think about it. I'm like, oh man, if I could paint, I would do this. But we are gonna do some wallpaper. I got peel and stick wallpaper from Wall Blush. We're gonna do that wall, the big wall in the living room that goes like all the way to the dining room, and then also the hallway that like goes to the laundry room. We're also gonna do that peel and stick wallpaper, so that's gonna add some moodiness to the house. Like a really dark gray. It's like a herringbone, like tile kind of print for one of them, and then also like a black like shiplap for one of them. So that's gonna be fun. But it's kind of nice taking a break from the projects. Like when we own a home, it's like constant projects and like ideas, which is great. Like it's content for you guys, and I truly love like doing DIYs. But it's nice to just kind of have a blank slate and kind of have to just add like colors and textures in other ways. You know, it's not, I'm not going crazy yet, but who's to say I won't by the time we do buy a house, whenever that ends up being. Let's see, plans for building or buying a new house. So like I said, no plans yet. I don't know, who knows, honestly, who knows if we'll build or buy. We kind of, that's another reason we want to rent for a while, is like the area that we're in is growing a lot. Like there's a lot of development going on, and we kind of just want to see, like, you know, there's a lot of neighborhoods going in, there's a lot of stuff happening, and we kind of just want to wait and see. Like, just right now isn't the time to buy in our area. It's just not. Like, we just want to see what's what, you know, in like a year or two, and then decide what we want to do. If you wouldn't rent the house, what would you change DIY? Oh, I see. If we owned this house, what would we change? Probably just wall colors. I'd probably build, like we did at our last house, I'd probably build like a fireplace of some sort. Probably do, I mean, probably similar stuff we did at our old house. I loved all of the DIYs we did there. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Maybe some board and batten, you know, just like spruce it up a bit, but nothing crazy. How many piercings do you have, and what are they? I have earrings. I have 2 holes in my ears. I got the first ones when I was like 3 years old, and I got the second ones when I was, I want to say 12. Oh, the back just came off. I think I was 12 when I got my second holes done, and then I got my belly button pierced when I was 14. Crazy. These pants are not comfortable to be sitting crisscross applesauce in. Got my belly button when I was 14. I used to have these pierced, but I didn't like them, so I took them out. I liked them at first. They never healed correctly. Like, they just would not fully heal, and it was just really annoying, so I took them out. But that's it. All right, favorite face moisturizer or serum for lifting anti-aging? I absolutely love my Typology. I use Typology skincare, all of it. So I have like the hyaluronic acid moisturizer. It's amazing. I think that's anti-aging, but I also really like It Cosmetics Secret Sauce. That's an anti-aging moisturizer. Makes your skin really, really soft if you've never tried that before. It's a little spendy, but Typology is amazing and it's a great price. How early do you start Christmas shopping? I don't know. I don't really like plan it out. Typically every year I'm like, oh shit, I should probably start Christmas shopping. It was definitely December. It was December when I started. Every once in a while I will like see something along the way and be like, oh, this would be a great Christmas gift. But the majority of the time, I'm a last minute shopper. Like today's the 21st. I think we still have like one thing to get. And then we'll be good to go. But Donnie has to go get that, so he'll probably do that on Saturday. What was your favorite place you guys visited while traveling? So in 2019, we did the most traveling and did 31 states in 2.5 months. 13,000 miles is incredible. My favorite place was probably Jackson Hole, Wyoming, which is so cool because now where we live, we're only like 6-hour drive, 5.5-hour drive from Jackson. So that'll be fun like during the summer, hopefully, or the spring or summer, to just be able to drive there. Jackson Hole was definitely at the top of my list. New York City was really cool. Lower Manhattan, I actually really loved like riding the Staten Island ferry to Lower Manhattan and doing that. That was amazing. And also the Jersey Shore, like going to Seaside Heights and just like walking on the boardwalk, and not even because Jersey Shore was filmed there, like yeah, that was cool. We got to see like the shore house and stuff. But it was just like, I don't know, the vibes on the boardwalk, the Atlantic Ocean, like being, you know, like born in California and all that. Like I had visited the East Coast before when we lived in Tennessee. Like I'd been to Hilton Head and, you know, I'd been to Florida and all that stuff. But I don't know, being like Seaside Heights with my family, like on the boardwalk, I was just like a vibe and I really, really liked it. Okay, that was for Brody. Do you all plan to travel in 2024? So our traveling days are done, like as far as full-time travel. We are definitely a camping family, and that's, you know, we don't do like big extravagant like vacations really. Like obviously traveling full-time, that was kind of a big thing, like that was a vacation really. But as far as like, you know, flights and going here and there, traveling, we don't really do that. We like to just kind of go, like, we have things we do like every year. Like we go to Washougal for the motocross nationals every year. You know, we go camping for Memorial every year. We do stuff like that. But we don't really have any travel plans, like big travel plans. I think we might in May go to Salt Lake City for Supercross because it's close. We used to go to Seattle Supercross every year, but that Salt Lake City is closer than Seattle now where we're at. I think it's only like 5-hour drive to Salt Lake City. So I think we're gonna do that. We're going to Oregon the beginning of January. We're gonna spend like 6 days visiting our family and friends and also helping somebody move here from there. So some people, not somebody, some people, multiple people, a family, okay? Which you'll hear about that soon, who it is. But no big travel plans, just kind of, you know, little travel plans. That was a Lego bricks, let's see, brick heads, Sonic the Hedgehog. That was Sonic for Brayden. And then we also got Tails. Sorry, I'm not good at multitasking. Brayden. Okay. I've wrapped 5 gifts. This is gonna take a long time. I might have to just do this stuff today. Have you had any thoughts about reopening Wild Bee again, or is that done for good? I actually haven't had any thoughts about reopening my boutique. Honestly, like one of the big reasons I told you guys why I closed my online boutique was because wholesale prices are just insane. It's just from when I had started my boutique to when I closed it, the wholesale prices were like double. So then I was having to charge way more than anybody should be paying for boutique clothing, and I just didn't feel right about that. It just wasn't what I had expected it to be, and that's why I closed it. And I really missed creating content and making YouTube videos, and I just didn't have time for that, which is why like I left YouTube for 7 months while I was doing the boutique. Grateful for it. It was a great experience and I had a lot of fun doing it, but I don't think I would do it again with the way the economy is and the way that prices of everything are. It's just, I just didn't feel right like having people pay those prices for clothing, and they were the prices that had to be paid because of what it costs to purchase the stuff at wholesale. So anyways, I do have my Etsy shop and I love that, but my friend who like does that for a business runs it for me, and she does like all of the printing and the shipping and everything. Ouch, I just like ripped my nail. I do miss like packing orders and like interacting that way with you guys, but I don't have any plans to reopen the boutique. We are just here on the old YouTube. YouTube is home to me. You know, started in 2013, and it just feels natural to be doing YouTube. Who knows how long that will go on for, but you know, as long as you guys will have me, I'm here. Brayden, all the Legos. Okay, I gotta cut this fingernail. I just like ripped it. My nails are struggling so bad right now. I had gotten Gel X, and within 3 days they were all popping off, and now all my nails are like so thin and cracking, and they did not do a good job on them. And I like don't like confrontation at all, and I could not go back and be like, fix these. I don't want anyone touching my nails. I'm like traumatized. That nail just like split in half. So I'm gonna go cut that off and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Next up, I got both of the boys these tripods because they like making like stop motion videos and like little videos, and they're always stealing my phone tripod, so I got them each their own. Next question, let's see. How are you feeling now that you're back on YouTube? So this is crazy, but I have been back on YouTube for a year already. Actually, almost a year. It was like New Year's Eve that I posted a video, I think, that I was coming back. Like it was just like a quick little chit chat video. And then I think it was like January 1st, I posted like a cleaning video or something like that. So it's been a year since I took 7 months off. Can you believe it's been a year already since I've been back on YouTube? That year went by really fast, but you know, we had a lot going on, a lot of excitement, and it just went really quick. But I feel great about it still. I'm so happy that I came back. I'm also glad that I did take that 7 months off, because it definitely made me realize like how much I love doing YouTube still, and just like doing social media as my job in general. I'm so like blessed that this is my job, and I still can't, I tell everybody this, like I talk about it with Donnie all the time, and anybody that, you know, asks kind of like what I do for a job. I'm like, I started making like home videos in 2013 just for fun, like not even realizing that I could make money doing it. And then I got my first check in like 2015, and it was like $50 or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God, like this can be my job. Like this is gonna be my job. I'm gonna treat this like a job. And it's just wild. It's been a wild ride, and YouTube has changed so much since I started, obviously, and kind of, you know, we've done a lot with what we do here, but yeah, I feel great about it. It's just, like I said, YouTube is my home. It's just like that, like comfortable place that, you know, I have all of you guys. A lot of you have been around since the beginning, A lot of you guys have been around since like the condo, like 2015 era, when I was like daily vlogging, and we were living in that tiny little 1-bedroom condo, paying off our debt and really struggling financially. And a lot of you guys have been there with us through a lot of stuff, and it's just really cool. So yeah, still just feeling great about being back on YouTube, and I'm grateful for you guys, you know, still being there and welcoming me back with open arms after I was gone for 7 months, and said, you know, originally that I was done with YouTube because I thought I was, but yeah, glad to be here. Are all the presents for the kids from Santa? So no, as you can see, they're not all from Santa. How it works in our house, at least, is Santa, he fills up the stockings and then usually brings the kids like 1, maybe 2 gifts. That's usually how he rolls at our house. And then the rest of everything is from Mom and Dad. How do you stay organized with filming? Like what to film and what day? So I have a calendar in my office. Gabby's Dollhouse Giant Coloring and Activity Pad for Berkeley. This is just some Target stuff for Berkeley that she had asked for. I have this Kristen S brush, and she's like, I wish I had that same brush, and she wanted a notebook to write in and some chapsticks. So those are all for her. Oh wait, what's that? A receipt. So how I stay organized, I have a calendar in my office, like a whiteboard calendar that I write all of my brands on that I have work for, whether it's for Instagram, like the day that the content is due, the day that it has to be posted, all of that. And then same for YouTube as far as like brand work goes. So I have a brand calendar. My manager and I share a Google Calendar, so she adds all that stuff to my Google Calendar, and then I am just like such a visual person, I need it like physically on the wall or like something where I see it all day every day. So I just transfer that information to my calendar in there. And then I also, as far as just like filming YouTube videos go, if it's not like a sponsored video, then I have a planner that I also write all of my brand stuff in. So it's in 3 different places. This is just how my brain works to stay organized, because my Google Calendar is on my phone, so unless I open it and look at it, like, I don't know, I just need like a better visual, which I check that every single day also, because it has like folders and stuff, that information that I need. But my planner, I try to plan out my month. Sometimes it gets changed, but the end of one month I try to plan out the next month as far as like YouTube videos go. And I've been doing like 1 video a week, but I'm trying to change that and do more. So I basically just like plan out my month as far as what I think I'm gonna do for content that's not sponsored on YouTube, and just say like on this day I'm gonna film this, and then I know like roughly how long it'll take me to edit. So like here's an editing day, and then I'll post on this day. And then that all has to coincide with like brand work, because when you work with a brand, and like especially on YouTube, if you work with a brand, you have to like film the whole video with that segment in it, and then you have to edit the whole video, which takes a whole other day, and then you have to send that to the brand or your manager if you have a manager, and then you know you have to get feedback. Sometimes you have to fix things, re-upload things. So that all just depends. So that might be kind of confusing, but basically I just keep multiple calendars and check them every day, reorganize things like literally every day, and just try to stay on top of things. And that's still overwhelming, even though I'm like pretty organized about it. And thank God for my manager, Kate. She is freaking so organized and helps me keep on track so much. But having 3 calendars really just helps my brain. Your kids seem to get along so well. Is it always like that? I don't really show the kids a whole lot on my channel anymore. When we were traveling, they were like in the vlogs a little bit, but they're definitely not like the center of my content in any way. Like barely see them on Instagram. It might be like if we go do something and we have like a family photo, something like that, but they're definitely not like content on my social media. Like back in the day when we used to do like daily vlogs, and I don't know, that YouTube was just a different vibe back then, and I thought I wanted to be like a family vlogger. Like I really looked up to like Katie and Colin and like Ellie and Jared, and that's who I used to watch, and I, you know, like I wanted to do what they did. And then I don't know, my mind has just changed a lot over the years about kids online, and you still see my kids from time to time, but like I'm not sharing personal details about their life or like showing their faces every day. That didn't work out. This is Godzilla versus Kong Funko Pop. Godzilla, is that, oh, Battle Scarred Kong, excuse me, that's for Brody, and I didn't measure that good, so we're gonna have to do the old you know, put it on the paper like this and wrap it instead. Anyways, that's besides the whole point. I went off on a tangent there about kids being on the internet, which like I have friends that show their kids on Instagram, whatever. Like I don't know, I think there's a fine line between like showing your kids here and there and like using your kids like as content, and I definitely am guilty of that in the past. Don't get me, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but you know, my mind has changed about it a lot, and I kind of realized like it's not a good look, and I don't like it, so I chose not to do it anymore, and that's where we're at. So as far as my kids getting along, you guys don't really see them, so you know, and if they're in the middle of like a fight or not getting along, and I was still doing like posting them online, I wouldn't be posting them not getting along or fighting or like yelling at each other or something on the internet. So they do, however, get along very well. Like Brayden and Brody are absolutely best friends. They're 16 and a half months apart, but they have their moments. I mean, they're kids, you know, they're kids. They argue, they bicker, they beat each other up, they get mad at each other. I mean, they're siblings, but at the same time, they are super close, all of them. The boys are so protective of Berkeley, so helpful with her for the most part. They do get along really, really well. But then, you know, they're siblings, so they have their moments for sure, which is totally normal. If they got along at all times, that would be weird for siblings to get along at all times. My sister and I mean, my sister is 6 years younger than me. She's my best friend in the whole entire world. But we still like, you know, I mean, it's pretty rare these days, but there'd still be times that I would piss her off. So, anyways, is Idaho long-term? Yes, ma'am. Obviously, never say never, but I 1000% never see us moving back to Oregon, and we love it here. We've wanted to move here since 2018. We finally did. We absolutely love it here. I cannot say that enough. We love it. Everything about it. We just love it here. Oh my gosh, my legs are like going numb. Sitting crisscross applesauce. Ah. All right, let's see. If it went up for sale, would you buy your current house? No, we would not. So this is a great rental. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful house, great rental. However, it's like one of those houses that they build really quickly, like a track house. Like it's just a slapped together house. And even just living here for a few months, like there's things that it's just not, they don't build these houses very well. These brand new houses, unless it's like a luxury home builder, they just don't build these houses very well. And so I wouldn't buy this house. No, it's hard telling. Like I said, like I don't know if we're gonna buy or build. I don't know, probably buy, but I would rather buy a house that's like built in the 90s or like early 2000s. The bones are so much better. So this is a great neighborhood for a rental, like not forever, all of that. Like I love this house so much, but it's not a house that I would buy, but it is an amazing rental. I love the neighborhood. All of our neighbors are great. We have like a community pool, and so that's really cool, but not a house that I would buy. However, I do love it. All right, how to decide how much to spend on your kids for Christmas. So this is kind of how we do it. I don't really like do a budget. I just have the kids, you know, make me a Christmas list of things that they are hoping for, and then we don't really go off of like, okay, we spent this much on this kid, so we have to spend this much also on this kid. It's just like what they put on their list, and then how, you know, depending on how much the things cost and stuff like that. It's not really, I don't have like a set amount I spend on each kid. Like, we don't go buck wild crazy, but we just kind of evaluate their Christmas list and see what's what, and then make decisions that way. Which our kids don't ask for anything extra. They're not asking for the newest iPhone. Like, they literally want Lego sets, which, don't get me wrong, Lego sets are insane, but like my 12-year-old, all he wanted was this one Lego set. That's it. That's the only thing he put on his Christmas list. That's it. So he got that. And then obviously, like, there's other things he's like, oh, I like this. This would be cool, that we got him as well. But yeah, they're just kind of, I don't know, we just kind of play by ear as far as that goes, and we don't really set like a budget. But I'm not out here spending the most on Christmas either. That's not what it's about. What is your favorite thing about Idaho? So far, definitely the weather. Oh, here's an outfit I got for Braden. I got him a Under Armour shirt and Under Armour sweatpants. He's gonna be 13 in a few months. It's just so crazy. They go from being into, like, you know, NASCARs and the Cars movie to being into clothes and shoes and big giant Lego sets. We don't have toys all over our house anymore, but I got little baby nephews, so I can spoil them with all the toys. So anyways, favorite thing about Idaho so far. Also, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. And like I said, the weather is a big thing because it rained so much in Oregon where we used to live that we did not want to move somewhere that rained all of the time. It's very dry here. So it obviously still rains, but we will get more snow here than we got in the Willamette Valley, and it's just drier here. Like, I don't think people realize how much it rains. It truly rains so much in Oregon, the western part of Oregon. So like Eastern Oregon is a lot like Idaho because it's like the high desert, and that's where we're at now, is the high desert. So, you know, summers are hot, winters are cold, but it doesn't rain a whole lot, and I love that. And the people here are just nice and proud to be from here. Very like patriotic and just, you know, nice. I don't know. We just love the whole vibe here. It's very clean. Where we used to live, there was a lot of like trash on the streets and the roads, and homeless camps. Like, everywhere you drove, there was just like these big homeless camps, which is so sad to see. And then like there was a lot of graffiti and just kind of like, you know, vandalism and crime and homeless and trash and all that, and you just don't really see that here. So that's like visually appealing, obviously. I mean, there's a whole lot that goes into all of that, and it's sad, but I don't know, there's a whole lot of stuff that we like about Idaho, and you know, we wanted to move here for a long time, so it's just surreal that we act like this is actually our home now. And I say that all the time, like pretty much every day when I'm driving to take the kids to school, and I just have this like mountain range that I'm looking at with like snow on it. I'm like, this, I can't believe we live here. Like, this mountains that I just see out of my backyard. Like, it was beautiful in Oregon, in our backyard in Oregon with the creek, and it was so green and just absolutely beautiful. It's like a different kind of beautiful here. It's like the lush green there, and here it's like pine trees and like sagebrush and like mountains. I don't know, it's just different. But I cannot say it enough how much we freaking love it here. Okay, I only have a few more gifts to wrap, and then we're gonna wrap this up because this video is gonna be so long. I literally have so many more gifts in my closet that I need to just wrap like off camera, because doing a Q&A and trying to wrap gifts at the same time is really tricky. Okay, let's see. What is your go-to Dutch Bros order? So, lately, look at this wrapping paper, look how cute. Target. Lately, I have been getting an iced, a medium, always a medium. The medium size at Dutch Bros, something about it, I talked to my friends about this, but something about the medium size is just superior at Dutch Bros. So I get a medium iced chai, sugar-free vanilla, almond milk, 2 shots, soft top with cinnamon on top. Cinnamon sprinkles on top. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's an iced chai with a dirty iced chai with 2 shots. Sugar-free vanilla, almond milk, soft top, and cinnamon sprinkles on top. Yeah, it's good. Okay, next up we have these UGG boots. They're the Kookaburra by UGG. Little boots for Berkeley that have the bows on the side and the fur boots with the fur. Get these wrapped up. I need to get Braden some new sneakers. I should probably do that for Christmas. We've always just got new shoes for basketball, but I feel like, well, Brody doesn't really, his school shoes are still good, but Braden, oh my gosh, that child. He like is so hard on his shoes, and got him Nikes for school, like when in August when school started, and they are trashed. Like, he needs new shoes. Maybe we'll do that also for Christmas. Okay, let's see. A lot of these are like the same questions. Was it hard to find a place to rent with Jasper in cash? Does it cost a lot more to rent with animals? So that can be very, very tricky. Luckily, we don't have an aggressive breed dog. That makes it even trickier. Like if you have German Shepherds or pit bulls or like a mixed breed or anything like that, that can make it really tricky finding a place to rent. But it wasn't, we didn't have any issues. I just searched on Zillow, which I had been looking for like quite some time before we even told you guys that we, you know, we're planning on probably not traveling anymore. We'd been looking just to have an idea, but I just filtered like rentals by like allows cats, allows dogs. And then as far as like cost wise, where we're at, like in our house, this rental, we just pay pet rent each month, which is an extra $80 a month. So it's $40 per pet each month. And that's the house that we're at. I know it's different everywhere. Some places like don't charge pet rent at all. Some charge like a pet deposit, which we had to pay a pet deposit, which is understandable because being a landlord or, you know, having your house be a rental and you like go through a rental agency or whatever, like there are people that will trash rentals and animals that will trash rentals. So I understand. I mean, we don't have animals that do that kind of stuff, but I understand why they have those like policies in place because you can never be too careful. So yeah, that's our situation. We paid a pet deposit and then, but it wasn't hard to find a place. I know it can be though, because we rented a lot of houses before we bought our first house. And look at this dog. Look at this dog. What are you doing? He's upside down. He's a cashy boy upside down. He's upside down. What's he doing? It's like, Mom, leave me alone. I'm comfortable like this. Anyways, we rented a lot of houses before we bought our first house, and we have had Jasper for 14 and a half years. So He's been at all of our houses with us, and it was tricky at some times to find a place, but yeah, it all worked out. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap these 3 together. I'm gonna go grab a box to put these in. All right, we're back. Are we in focus? I hope this has been in focus this whole time. I just grabbed an Amazon box to put that stuff in. So, next question, are you thinking of getting an RV again? We're an RV family and loved watching your travels. So, technically, we still have our toy hauler. My father-in-law is just living in it currently. But it's not like his forever home or, you know, a forever situation. It's a temporary situation. So hopefully he will have a different living situation, and then we will have our toy hauler back. He did live in our other trailer that we lived in full-time in 2019 and we traveled in. And then when we told him that we were gonna travel again, he was like, why don't you guys just take this trailer back and I'll stay in your toy hauler. So, you know, we worked that out amongst ourselves, and then we ended up not traveling. He did not want to move back into that one because, like I said, this whole thing is like temporary anyways. He's still in our toy hauler, and we're gonna be getting that back whenever his living situation is different. We'll get our toy hauler back. So hopefully that's like, you know, oh shoot, how did that happen? How in the world? I just like punched a hole in the paper. Okay. So anyways, I can never just give like a short answer for anything. But whenever he moves into an apartment or whatever it may be, then we'll get that back, and then, you know, hopefully before camping season. So fingers crossed for that. It's a process, but it's all good. So yeah, we will have our, most likely have our toy hauler back for camping, because we love our toy hauler. We don't want to purchase a different one. That one's perfect, fits our whole family perfectly. We can haul the Samurai in it, the dirt bikes, all of that stuff. So that is the plan with that. How long do you see yourself living in this home? So we signed a year lease back in August, so we'll be here for sure till August. I wouldn't mind signing another year when our lease is up, just because, like I was telling you guys, we really want to kind of just like see the development in our area before we commit to buying, and we just want to sit back and watch and see you know, what happens around here, and before we fully decide like, okay, this is for sure where we want to buy. Because when we buy again, like, we don't want to move again. Never say never, obviously, but like, I don't know, we're just waiting it out. So it's hard to say how long we'll be in this specific house. We don't want another rental necessarily. I mean, you never know, something could happen. You just never know. You never know. But for now, 100% until August. That's when our lease is up, but I would like to sign another year after that too. So we shall see. You never know with us Kaspers. You just never know. But that's the plan right now. I did bring out more stuff to wrap. Next gift. Oh shoot, dang. This is for Brody. He's very into Jurassic World, and he has a huge shelf in his room where he displays all of his dinosaurs and Godzillas and King Kongs and all that. So this is an Indoraptor. It is 39 inches long. Super colossal Indoraptor. Dino Trackers. Jurassic World. Got this at Target. This dinosaur is like $65, $70, something like that. I got it on sale for 45 bucks. It just happened to be on sale the day I went in there to get it. So I was like, and it was the last one. And it was on his Christmas list, so that was crazy. Every time I do a Q&A, are you planning on having any more kids? Here's the thing. You gotta stop asking women that question. First of all, stop asking women that question. Some women would love to have more children, or children in general, and they cannot, and it's a very painful subject. some women have children and then they cannot have anymore because of complications or something like that. Some women are infertile. There are so many things that go along with childbearing that make it hard or impossible to have children. That is not why I'm telling you not to ask me that question, but it's just like a rude question to ask, in my opinion. But no, we will not be having any more children. Unless for some reason Donnie's vasectomy that he got in 2017 fails. But he got it done back then and then went and had it checked like you're supposed to, and it was successful. And here we are all these years later. So if by the grace of God somehow it fails and we end up with another child, then so be it. But we will not be reversing the vasectomy to try to have another child. And it's just a rude question to ask. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. I get that question every single time. I do a Q&A on Instagram or here on YouTube, but it's just like overall, generally speaking, in case nobody's ever told you, it's not a nice question to ask people. When are you gonna have kids? Are you gonna have more? Do you want kids? Anything like that. It's just not. Some people don't ever want to have children and they shouldn't have to explain that either. Like if you don't, you know, it's just because you're a woman doesn't mean you have to have children. Or just because you have one kid doesn't mean you have to have more. Just because you're married doesn't mean you immediately have to start having kids. It's just such a societal thing that puts pressure on women to have children, and I love my 3 children more than life itself. But I don't want any more, and that's okay. Oh my gosh, I thought I cut that too small. Anyways, no, our family has been complete since 2016, and now I leave the childbearing to anyone else in my family that wants to. My sister has 2 boys. My youngest nephew is 3 months old. So yeah, I snuggle the babies and then I give them back. I love babies so much, but I don't want any more. That was a long answer. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I just answer questions long and drawn out. Your favorite mocktail you make at home? I don't really make any, to be honest. Like, I'll do my tart cherry juice every once in a while. I don't buy it regularly, but if I'm like in the juice aisle and I'm like, oh, let's get some tart cherry juice. I don't really do mocktails though. Like when I was newly sober, I did. Like I would get a wine glass out every night when I was cooking dinner, because that was kind of like, it was like a habit when I was still drinking to open a bottle of wine while I was cooking dinner and then finish it before I went to bed. But now, like so far into my sobriety, I just don't even really think about it. I like will have like a Coke Zero or something. Like I still like to have, I don't know, it's like not a ritual, but just like a habit, like having something to drink while I'm cooking dinner that's not water. And I don't know why that is, but I don't even think about alcohol anymore. Like I haven't drank it for over 2 years, so I'm never like, oh, I could go for a glass of wine right now. Like my mind is so like beyond that, I just don't even think about it anymore. But if I were going to make a mocktail, it would be just like, I don't know, that tart cherry juice, probably like room temperature tart cherry juice. I'm not a big mocktail girl, honestly. I was at first, but it's not really my thing. I'd rather just like have a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero or something like that. So sorry I'm no help there, but tart cherry juice is pretty much the only thing, or like a sparkling water with that tart cherry juice in it and like a lime wedge or something, but that's about it. Okay, a giant Endoraptor is wrapped. Good grief, I gotta make sure I don't like punch a hole in that wrapping paper. So Donnie and I were talking about this last night, a little off topic here, but I'm curious. You guys let me know in the comments below. Do you guys like put all your gifts out under the tree before Christmas morning? Like as you wrap, do you just put stuff under the tree? Because I don't. Nothing goes under the tree until the kids go to bed on Christmas Eve. Because that's how it was when I was a kid, at least I think. Because like then you come, like if everything's under the tree and Santa only is going to bring a few things, then like you come out on Christmas morning and it looks exactly the same as it did the night before with just a couple of things added. But if there's nothing under the tree at all when you go to bed, and then you get up on Christmas morning and you come downstairs and oh, there's just all this stuff under the tree, it's like so much more exciting and magical. So I don't put anything under the tree until the kids go to bed on Christmas Eve, even though it's like from mom and dad, and then Santa comes and like brings a couple of things, you know, after mom and dad go to bed. It's just so much more magical to have all this stuff added, you know, when you come down in the morning. Keshi. Anyways, let's, I'm gonna continue wrapping here. We're just gonna play some music for the rest of the time. Oh, my battery's about to die. Let me change battery and then we'll finish wrapping. All right, I have to go get kids from school, so I gotta put all this stuff back in my closet, but this is everything that we got wrapped. I just have a few more things right here and not too many things left in my closet, so we actually made some good progress. All right, I just got all the gifts put back in my closet, and I just need to push the ottoman back onto the rug. But I'm gonna go get the boys from school. So that is gonna be it for this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with me, chit-chatting a little bit. Thank you for sending in questions on Instagram and for clicking on my video. It means so much to me. But I will see you guys again soon in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.